Suspects can often be reckless, violent, and stupid, getting themselves into serious trouble with the police. But some suspects are extremely smart, being able to outplay cops at every turn.
Are you Googling the laws right now? That's really what you should be doing right now.
From a teenager who knew the law much better than the police, to a kid who recorded crimes committed by cops and got them exposed, here is the ultimate compilation of when genius suspects absolutely destroyed corrupt cops, starting with the hysterical case of Chief Middleton.
That's sad that you do not know your own laws. As a chief, you are fucked.
This man was filming inside the new Ellenton City Hall in South Carolina when he was approached by a cop asking him to leave. This area of the building is open to the public, meaning the man had every right to be there. But the cops started to get aggressive, which resulted in a heated argument and brazen display of corruption.
No, sir.
Are you?
Restricted area.
Where does it say that?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, if you don't mind, please,
No,
exit.
I do.
Exit, please.
No, thank you.
I'm only going to give you one more opportunity.
And then what's going to happen?
Okay?
The cop seems to be taking issue with the man filming in a public area. Filming items that are plainly visible in public is a constitutional right and should be expected in a building such as this one. The cop is also preventing him from passing into another public section of the building, and it's becoming increasingly more apparent that he's not got an issue with what he's doing, but the man himself.
Come on, sir. Please.
Excuse me.
Please.
Excuse me.
Let's exit, please.
Can I have
Sir,
your name and badge number?
I'm Chief Middleton.
Okay.
My badge number is 200.
So why are you?
You can please exit.
Why are you putting your hands on me?
I'm going to exit you out of the building.
Okay, no, you're
Okay?
not. First
I'm
of all,
not assaulting you. I'm not doing anything.
You didn't. You didn't.
No, I did not assault you.
Okay.
No, I did not.
So
assault comes
when
with
I walk by-
any type of aggressive behavior.
No,
I grabbed your arm and
You're
did
right,
this.
You did not assault
Just
me.
like
You
this.
battered me. You
Let's
battered
go.
me. That's unnecessary battery.
Sir, please. Exit our building. This is enough.
No, thank you.
This man is completely right to refuse the cop's unlawful request. In most places, a police officer does not have the legal authority to banish individuals from an area unless it's private property, which would then be considered trespassing. The man clearly knows his rights, but this cop is about to make an even worse mistake.
I'm going to walk by now.
You're not going to walk by.
So why are you
Okay.
doing this? Why are you doing this?
This
You
is
have a
the
body
this
cam.
is the police. I do have a body cam, and it is recorded.
So why are you touching me and over?
Sir, please don't make this something more than what it is.
I didn't say a word to you. You came up to me and put your hands on me.
What is your agenda here?
What is my agenda?
That's right. What are you
I
doing?
don't need to tell you.
You say you were doing history.
That's already more information than I need to give you.
Okay, you're making this more difficult than what it is.
And so are you.
Okay.
At the very same time.
No, it's not. All right.
No, it's not.
If you don't mind, I would like for you to exit this building.
I do. I already
Okay.
told you that like 4 times.
You under arrest?
Sir.
Now you're trespassing on
okay.
public property.
Look, trespassing on public.
Yes, I gave you.
Trespassing on public property. You guys see this? You guys see this?
I gave you plenty of opportunities, sir.
Quite simply, this is an unlawful arrest. The cop even said he was trespassing on public property. In just 2 minutes, the cop has developed a personal vendetta against a man simply exercising his own rights, a decision he will soon regret.
I want you to think about what you're doing, bro.
No, you're making things more difficult than what it is.
Think about what you're doing.
I would like for you to exit the building.
Okay.
What you're doing is you don't want to exit the building. Okay?
Correct. I already told you that.
You're recording in here.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
You said you're recording for history. Your history is there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
This is the police department.
Yep.
All right?
Absolutely. So now what? Now where are we gonna take this?
You're going to go on the
This ought
outside.
to be fun for you.
And then you're going to leave.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna step right back in as soon as you take these cuffs off of me because you know you're making a mistake right now. You know you're making a mistake.
I asked you to exit, and you did not exit.
Look, this is gonna be illegal search and seizure.
It's not illegal search and seizure.
Oh, why is that?
Because I don't have to search you.
You
Because I detained you so you can get out of my building.
After the brief arrest, the police chief quickly realizes his mistake and claims he was just detaining the man to remove him from the building. But as soon as they go their separate ways, the man heads back in for round 2.
Maria, I'm going to lock this building. You got the key? Back up, please, sir.
No, thank you. For what?
Close.
No, you're not.
Back up.
No, you're not.
We're not playing this. I'm
No,
not playing this
I-
with you. No. Back up, sir.
No,
You can't put your foot there. You cannot put your foot there to restrict
Dude,
this.
congratulations,
Sir, please.
sir. Hey, I just want to tell you something. Congratulations, you just earned the state of South Carolina a humongous lawsuit.
Sir,
Humongous.
please. You
I
want
would
to come in
suggest
here
to
and
you
make
that you just let me walk by
No,
and do
I
my
don't
business
suggest
and you go
anything.
about your day.
Okay.
That's what I would suggest to you. Okay?
Does she have the, no, sir. Please exit the building.
Or what?
You're trespassing.
No, I'm not.
Okay?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Please
The
exit the
reason
building.
why I'm still not in cuffs right now is because you know it's not true.
No.
The man makes another great point. There is no reason that the cop would have let him go after arresting him unless he himself knew that the man hadn't actually broken any laws. This is now solely an issue of pride, and this cop's gonna make sure his ego doesn't get bruised again.
Give me a reason on why you want to record in here. You said it's because of history, right? You said you want to record
That's
history.
already more information than I
Right? Okay, then I don't have to give you any information.
I didn't
okay?
ask you for any. I did not once ask you for any.
Sir, if you don't mind, please exit the building.
And again, we'll go for the circular conversation. No, thank you.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, let's do it again. Let's
You
do
want a
it again,
lawsuit?
boys.
Get a lawsuit.
Let's do it again, boys.
The chief again decides to arrest the man and take him away while they wait for another officer to arrive at the scene. But just a few minutes in, he starts to realize the troubles he's gotten himself into.
And what is your purpose here within the city of New Ellerton?
Well, as of right now, I'm talking to you.
Okay. So you're talking to
Illegally
me.
detained
Okay.
with handcuffs on. You're in trouble.
Okay.
And you know it.
That's fine.
And you know it.
That's fine.
Are you gonna legally or illegally seize my phone right now, or can I have that?
No, you can have your phone.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
There you go.
Thanks. Now he's starting to backpedal a little bit. So are you gonna take the cuffs off me? Are we gonna backpedal that far or no?
No, I'm not going to take the cuffs off you. You're detained.
I love how you took the badge off. It's crazy.
But this is where things start to get truly insane. The cop calls up a judge from the local area to make sure he's actually allowed to arrest him for this. The moment he realizes the mess he's gotten himself into might be one of the funniest ever caught on police body cam.
I got a gentleman here in the office who wants to record,
So he knows.
and I've told him several times to get out of my building. He is claiming that he has the right to come in here and record
Congratulations, my friend.
at the police department.
That's sad that you do not know your own laws as a chief.
Uh-huh.
As a chief, you are fucked. You are fucked, my friend. You're dismissed as well. I'm gonna walk away now. You're fucked, buddy.
Okay. 1 second.
Excuse me. Don't stop touching me.
Gotcha.
Stop touching
Okay.
me right
Well,
now.
I'd undetain him and we'll go.
Oh, there we go. Oh, undetained. Dude, you better get people here, man. Illegally detained. And look at that. The backpedaling went so far as the cuffs go.
That's right. I explained to
Come on
him
now,
that
let's
he was
see.
trespassing.
Let's
I
see.
no longer wanted him
Look at
recording
this.
into
The
this
use of
office.
Force, the ridiculous amount of force put on these cuffs. Ridiculous amount of force. Look at this. Dude, you're in trouble. You are in so much trouble, and I love it.
And that's what he was
You are in
doing.
so
He was
much
using the
trouble, and I love
phone
it.
pretty much where there was business.
You would expect these mistakes from a rookie cop, but having a judge tell you how to do your job as a chief of police is absurd. But it gets even more ridiculous when the chief arrests the man a third time for swearing, claiming it's disorderly conduct and illegal inside the building. This is even more ridiculous than the other two false arrests. But this one goes all the way and results in the man being put into the back of a patrol car.
So none of these are lawful orders, so I'm not going to listen.
So you're
Use-
under arrest
use
for
force if
disorderly
you'd like.
conduct. For
Use
disorderly
force.
conduct.
Use force if
Okay.
you'd like. Let's try to stop
No, I'm
that
not going to
backfire.
use force.
No, I know
Okay.
you're not. I know you're not.
So if you don't mind, please have a seat
I
in
do.
the car.
Again, I do. You're fucked, buddy.
Okay, man. Have a seat.
No. Use force to put me in there.
I'm not going to use force to
I
put you
didn't think
in.
so. I didn't
Okay.
think so. I didn't think you would. That's why I'm going to stand right here.
This is ridiculous.
You know you
believe
are in
this.
so much deep shit right now, dude. This is why you've backpedaled time and time and time again. And it's all on camera.
And that's 100%
It's all on
fine.
camera, dude.
And that's 100% fine.
But things absolutely weren't fine for the chief. Just a few days after the incident, Chief Sean Middleton was forced to resign from the department. The reports suggest that it was related to an investigation into domestic incidents with his wife, so it's unclear if the illegal arrest was a part of it. Either way, Sean's mistakes cost him his job. But Police Chief Michael Cecchini didn't just lose his job, but almost went to prison.
Get out of here. Go. Battery. You just committed battery.
On September 17th, 2022, the chief of police decided to threaten the wrong kids. Cecchini had started harassing these kids for disturbing the peace, but Parker Whalen and Travis Crin were only playing around, and they were about to show the chief that they knew the law.
Disturbing the peace. Both of them squealing their wheels at me.
He's talking.
Okay, Travis. They come here, they hit the cone, they're messing around here around this new monument. I'd had enough.
What the chief did next was illegal, and Travis knew it.
Get out of here. I didn't even do that. Yeah, you did. What'd I do? Go. What'd I do? Go. Battery. Get out of here. It's disturbing the peace. You hit me because of disturbing the... Yeah, it's a crime. You need to go. You just committed battery. No. Yes. No, hit me with a flashlight. That's battery. Get out of here. How is that right?
Krim told his friend to call the police, but Cecchini pulled out his badge and said he was a cop, trying to intimidate them. But that didn't work. They knew Cecchini was the one who committed battery, and they refused to leave until the police came. Cecchini claimed that his badge allowed him to assault anyone he wanted to, but the teens didn't buy his lies.
Battery, right? Mm-hmm. Call the cops. Yep, that's right. You call the cops. You just committed battery, right? Chief of police. Call the cops. That doesn't work that way, dude. Yeah. You're gonna tell me the law? What, you think some legal scholar on the Supreme Court? No, well, like, what are we doing as a police? You can't hit me with a flashlight. You can't disturb the peace.
What's the First Amendment?
You hit me with a flashlight.
No, you don't have a right to disturb the peace.
You hit me with a flashlight, bro. What are you talking about?
You won't believe what Cecchini did next.
Assault me. You want to make out? I'll make out with you right now. I sweep both ways, bro. Go ahead. Assault me.
He ran out of options, so getting the boys to attack him was his next plan. That way, he'd have something to show the police. But the teens knew better than that.
Back
I'm not gonna touch you. I'm not gonna touch you. I know.
Get
better.
out of his face.
I know better, bro.
Hey,
What is
can
he
you
doing
send
to
a
you?
unit down here? I've got 3 hooligans that need to go.
Hooligans, you hit me with a flashlight.
Thankfully, they recorded the entire encounter, and when the other officers arrived, the chief was suddenly not so brave.
5 minutes or so of the screeching tires from the birds, you know, and the hooting and hollering down here. So I go out onto my balcony and I look down, and they're just, they're driving, and the guy in the long hair intentionally drives his scooter into the barricade. And I go, hey, cut it out. Cut your shit.
So you're up in your apartment?
I'm up in my apartment. I forget what he says of me. I can do whatever I want. And I go, you need to get out of here. Something to that effect. And
He hit the barrel or the bar?
he hit the barrel right there, the middle barrel. Open the door, tell him to leave, get out of here. Then I walk across the little plaza here to the curb area. He walks towards me, and the confrontation begins.
Did he, when you were upstairs, did he tell you that he was going to kick your?
Something to that, yeah, he said that, yeah.
Cecchini said he was off duty at home when he heard the 2 boys destroying property. He had told them to leave, but when one of them threatened him, he decided to run downstairs and deal with them himself. But his side of the story was different from what had actually happened.
I felt that he was hostile towards me, so I did how I was taught back in the day is a pectoral, large muscle mass jab, right?
With your hand?
With my butt of my flashlight.
Well, what happened then?
He got angry, obviously, and accused me of assaulting him, calling me various names such as bald-headed.
Did he know you were a police officer?
I did identify myself, showed him my badge.
Prior to this altercation?
I may have when I was walking up. He challenged me to fight and dared me to come down. Okay, I came down. He stood off on me, and I did a pectoral jab with my flashlight. Okay.
Thankfully, the teens could share their side of the story too, and they told the truth.
What's going on?
So we were just riding around on burn scooters, you know, like teenagers do. And then he came up here. I'm 19.
Okay.
And he hit the cone right here and knocked it over.
Middle one?
Yeah, and knocked it over, and then he started yelling, and he threatened him first. So he was defending himself, like against him.
How did he threaten him?
I don't remember exactly what he said.
Okay.
But he antagonized him, so he was defending himself. Travis was standing right there, didn't say a single word. And like on the road, and he came up and hit him. I don't know if it was like in the chest or the rib cage, but he hit him with the flashlight and then started shining it in his eyes.
I was riding. You know how like when you press the brake, the back wheel locks up and it makes a squeaking noise, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you can drift when you do that. It's kind of fun, right?
Okay.
I get it's kind of late and stuff, right?
Right.
But he's up there. He goes, "Hey, big shot, you want to go?" Right? Because he said, "Why don't you keep it down?" I said, "I'm not doing nothing wrong." He goes, "Hey, big shot, you want to go?" Right? And I stood right here. I said, "What's up?" He walks up to me and like, "I'm not gonna hit you, I promise." He goes like that and jabs me like right here. in the ribs with the flashlight. And then he said he felt threatened. My hands were at my sides. I don't know. I didn't swing at him. I didn't pick up.
What did you do when he walked down?
I just stood there.
So he hits you in the stomach with the flashlight.
Like the rib cage, not the stomach, bro.
Of course, Cecchini wanted the two guys to be charged for what happened.
I'll cut a supplement. 2 charges right here.
But instead, he was the one who ended up getting charges. Cecchini was charged with assault and battery and is no longer Bay City's public safety director or chief of police. This next officer was determined to charge his suspect for doing nothing wrong.
You ready? Yep. Okay, you can relax. So I'm gonna read you Miranda, okay? Right now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
On August 28, 2022, Taven Galanakis was pulled over by police officer Nathan Winters for having his bright lights on. And even though Galanakis had a perfect excuse for it, the officer didn't care.
Hi there. How you doing, sir? Good, how are you? Good. My name's Officer Winters with the Newton Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is because you have your bright lights on.
Yeah, I have a headlight out, so I just keep my brights on.
Okay, well that's not legal.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Yeah, I turn them when a car comes by, I turn them off, but like...
Well, you didn't with me.
Oh, you weren't close enough though. You were a while back.
It has to be within 500 feet.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
And you're not supposed to have your brights on in the city limit.
The officer started questioning procedure and asked for his license and registration, but some of his questions were a little bizarre.
You got your license, registration, insurance with you?
Yeah, I got you.
Is this your car?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you headed?
Back home.
Where's home? Are you new to town or something?
No.
You don't have anything on you? No bombs, guns, drugs?
No bombs or no drugs.
Okay, let's go back here.
The officer noticed Taven's movements in the car and the smell of alcohol on him, so he jumped to the conclusion that he had been drinking. Although Taven insisted that he was sober, Officer Winters didn't believe him, so the boy requested a breathalyzer test.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
None.
What do you mean none?
I've had nothing to drink.
Okay. Why would your eyes be watery and bloodshot?
But Winters didn't want to give him the easy way out.
I've had nothing to drink.
Okay. So your movements in the car with you fumbling over the registration?
Yep.
Kind of say otherwise.
All right.
And so does the odor of alcohol coming from your person.
Great. Let's do a test and
We'll get to the test.
I can't wait.
The teen asked for the test again because he was sure of himself. He even made a video mocking the situation and the officer.
So what happens if, nothing pops up? Do you get in trouble?
No. Why would I get in trouble?
Because you think I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking. Can I record it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your name?
My name's Officer Winters.
So Officer Winters thinks I'm drinking tonight. We're about to do a test, and he's gonna find out I had nothing to drink. He's gonna look stupid. Ain't that right? I've had nothing to drink. 0. And we're about to find out.
Winters took Taven through a bunch of sobriety tests, all of them except for the breathalyzer.
All right, so I'm gonna actually have you stand right here is fine for now. I'm gonna have you stand with your heels and toes together, with your arms down to your side. Okay. I'm gonna check your eyes.
Cool.
Okay, what I want you to do is follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only and do not move your head, okay?
Yep.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
All right, so I want you to put your left foot on the line, okay? Take your right foot, put it in front of your left foot, with the heel of your right foot touching the toe of your left foot, just like this, okay? Stay in this position until I tell you to begin, okay?
Perfect.
Galanakis asked for the test for the 3rd and 4th time, but still nothing. Instead, the officer went on with another test.
Come on, man, it's too easy. Let's do the breath now. 2 for 2. Give me a little blow.
I will.
Blow zeros.
I will here in a minute. Okay. All right. Couple more tests here. Okay. I want you to stand with your heels and toes together with your arms down your side. When I say begin, I want you to estimate the passing of 30 seconds. Close your eyes and tilt your head back, okay?
Estimate the passing in 30 seconds?
Yes, sir.
And another.
I want you to stand just like you are, make a fist, rotate your hands facing me, and extend both index fingers.
I would record it, but my phone's at 1%.
Okay, rotate your palms, just like that. I'm gonna give you a series of commands, okay? The command's gonna be either left or right, okay? Whichever hand I say, I want you to bring that hand up, touch the tip of your nose with the tip of your finger, and bring your hand immediately back down, okay?
He asked for the test one last time.
Let's blow real quick. Stop doing all these damn tests, let's blow. Let's get to business.
And finally, 1 hour into the stop, Winters got the breathalyzer device, but the results were not what he had expected.
You ready? Yep. Okay, you can relax. So I'm gonna read you Miranda, okay?
The device showed 0.0, yet he started reading Tavon his Miranda rights before arresting him.
Right now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, will be appointed to you before any question, okay?
Yes, sir.
Officer Winters didn't show him the results and tried accusing him of smoking weed too, but Tavon caught on immediately.
When's the last time we smoked weed?
I do not remember that.
Tonight?
Oh,
Okay, well I think it's tonight.
I've had no weed tonight.
Jasper 6:30 down on PMT.
What? Why do you think it's tonight? Why do you think I smoke? I blew zeros, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed. That's what's going on. You can't do that, man. You really can't do that.
Absolutely I can.
Is he allowed to do that?
Yes, he is.
So I blow zeros and you stick drugs in there. That's what we on? I blow zeros, so you think I'm on drugs.
Winters said he had a reason for Galanakis' arrest, but he confessed something different on the phone.
Here's my situation. I stopped this guy for having his brights on. He fumbles around with his registration 3, 4, 5 times. He bombed sobriety. I asked him, I read him Miranda, PBT 000. So he says he'll do an evaluation, but he's kind of a smart ass. Would you want to talk to him, or? All right, that's what we'll do then. Okay, but I obviously have enough to charge him with the sobriety, so.
Galanakis was arrested and brought to the police station where he went through yet another test. This time it was a drug test. And of course, Galanakis had nothing in his system.
We're going home tonight, okay? I have no evidence or no information to suggest that you're under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Thank you.
So he wanted to have his last words with Winters, who tried so hard to get him charged.
So, I just want to know, how does it feel? How does it feel for what? Remember I told you when you first pulled me over? You're like, you're impaired. You're on drugs. You drink alcohol. Turns out I'm not on any of that. Okay. Really dumb decision by you today. I'm really disappointed in how you can't bite your drug test. I based my decision on your field sobriety tests. Was it really failed though? It was pouring outside. It was terrible cement.
And Tavon sure had the last laugh. But these 4 officers are even worse.
And your badge number, please?
I don't even know why you're here right now.
I asked you a direct question. Do you have your badge number on you?
And I asked you to leave because right now you're not allowed to be on our traffic stop.
On March 27th, 2023, an officer approached a guy claiming he was standing too close to their traffic stop. But the guy was at a very considerable distance and he knew it. So he asked for her badge number.
Sir, can I help you?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, this is our traffic stop right now, so I'm just going to ask you to...
Thank you. He just asked me to leave.
Do you know this person?
Since you're making contact with me, could you identify your name and badge number?
I'm Officer Albee.
And your badge number, please?
I don't even know why you're here right now.
I asked you a direct question. Do you have your badge number on you?
And I asked you to leave because right now you're not allowed to be on our traffic stop.
At first, one officer, Officer Albee, tries to dodge the question, but the guy insisted on getting it. After some back and forth, she finally budges.
Ma'am, if you're refusing to identify your badge number, it might result in a complaint with your department.
Okay, I understand that. My badge number is 639.
Thank you very much.
But I've asked you a question.
At this time, it's not consensual.
Despite this, the officer still demands the person should move further away from the scene, but he remains unfazed. He stands his ground, pointing out his right to be there and watch the police activity from a reasonable distance, which is protected by legal rules, even established by the Supreme Court.
You have a right to record and everything. We just need you a little further away from the scene.
Do you remember what the Supreme Court ruled as far as the distance?
Do you remember what it was?
You don't know?
Well, anything that we deem as unsafe.
Okay, that's false. Have a good day, sir.
Okay, well, I will make sure to research that information.
Thank you, sir. I have the answer, by the way.
But just know if you get too close to a scene, you can't be arrested.
Hey, man, they would have arrested me already, man. Have a good one.
Just Just letting you know.
Have a good one.
But the situation gets more tense as other officers approach the guy. However, none of them could intimidate him.
What's going on? Can we help you with anything? Do you have any business to conduct here right now? Can I ask you what type of business you're conducting? Can you take your hand out your pocket for me, please?
Since you're engaging with me, can I get your name and badge number?
My name is Officer Robinson, badge number 659.
Thank you very much.
Is it right here, behind the vehicles?
Did somebody complain to you, sir?
No, I didn't.
Have a great day, sir. Thank you.
Can you step back behind the vehicles for me?
Is that a lawful request?
It is a lawful request.
You report a lot of traffic stops?
What's your name and your badge number? Just answer it, man.
I don't have to, but I will because
It's your policy.
it's actually not our policy.
It's not?
No, it's not.
You don't think it's professional to identify to
I'm going
people?
to.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Officer Love.
Love?
Yeah, my badge number is right there, 619.
Thank you, sir.
This guy knew his rights, and there was nothing the cops could do about it. So they left before one of them lost their job.
And make sure we always record the police because they don't like it at all. They don't like to be seen bullying others.
Watch what happens when cops get outsmarted by a 15-year-old kid.
Okay. Enough! I didn't do anything. You just tased me for no reason.
On September 29th, 2019, the cops messed with the wrong kid. They surrounded the house of Michael Franchek to arrest him, but his son knew constitutional rights a little too well. The whole situation started with Michael's son, Jack, who was riding around on a gas-powered bike, annoying the neighbors in the process. The neighbors didn't appreciate his presence and threatened him, so Jack's father stepped in and got into an argument with the neighbor. Allegedly, another neighbor called the police, claiming that Jack's father had a weapon hidden in his trousers. When police arrived, they decided to talk to Franchek. However, he declined to answer their question or leave his house. He asked for their names and badge numbers, but the officers ignored this request. The situation quickly escalated when the officers started questioning him about an incident, to which he responded that he had no idea what they were talking about.
Can I help you?
Hello, are you, Michael?
Hi, can I help you with something?
Yeah, we're here about a
your name?
Officer Rodriguez.
First name?
Jim.
Jim, how are you, Jim? And your name? Please?
Sure.
Sorry, badge number?
What's that?
Badge number, please?
Let's go ahead and talk about the incident that you had out here a few minutes ago.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Step down here for me.
The officers insisted he step down, but he refused. And this is when it got physical.
Yeah, no. Hey!
Whoa! I didn't do anything. You just came into my house without a warrant.
Is there any gun in your back pocket? I just want to make sure we're safe.
We're safe.
Okay, come on
I'm not
outside.
coming outside.
Can we talk right here?
Sure we can. Jack, come here, record this.
Come on outside.
Record this.
Come outside.
Jack, record this. Grab my phone and record this. Whoa! I'm injured.
Okay, cooperate.
I am cooperating. You're violating my Fourth Amendment right.
Oh, stop. Outside.
You're violating my Fourth Amendment right.
You guys cannot come in here without a search warrant.
The officers forcibly tried to arrest him, even though he was unarmed. Then, Michael was suddenly tased and dragged outside the police without doing anything wrong.
I didn't do anything. You just tased me for no reason.
Taser deployed. Stop. Outside.
What are you doing?
Stop.
What am I being detained for?
Outside.
What am I being detained for?
Just stop resisting.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Go take his phone.
Thankfully, Jack was recording the entire time, even though a cop did try to stop him.
Don't take his phone. Don't take his phone. I'm good. I've chilled the whole time. I haven't done anything.
Relax.
I haven't resisted.
Officers.
I'm trying to talk to you.
I am behind my back. This is unbelievable.
No, I know.
This is
They
unbelievable.
walked in the house without a search warrant.
This is unbelievable. Jack, follow me and record.
This way.
Follow me and record.
Give us space.
I'm not.
Give us space.
Okay.
No, Jack.
What's your space? What's your space?
Jack, record the whole thing. Oh, you're recording.
Give us space.
Does this look like enough space?
The cops took Jack's dad and even injured him in the process.
Somewhere back there. What are we doing? You don't twist the handcuffs. You're injuring me. I'm not resisting. It's all been recorded.
It is.
I didn't resist.
I know.
I didn't do it. You know. See, he acknowledged that I didn't resist, Jack.
Yeah, I have it on video.
I didn't resist.
Well, we asked you to stop, right?
I didn't do anything against your instructions. This guy came into my house without a warrant, without any probable cause.
Let me just talk for a second.
I said I don't know anything, and he tackled me in my house.
And when Jack tried to talk, they didn't let him. They knew he was too smart and he would bring them trouble.
Officer.
It's me and you, right?
Okay, yeah, I'm fine. Shh. No, he can talk. He can talk.
No,
I can talk because I was in the
You're gonna arrest
situation.
him?
No, I'm not gonna arrest you.
Okay, then calm down. He recorded the whole thing. This guy is out of control.
Okay.
What's your badge? What's your name?
Step back.
I'm not.
Look, he
I'm
just
on my
touched me. You
property.
can record all you want, but
Another
you're
one.
stepping back right now.
Don't touch me. Stop harassing me.
We're just trying to.
I'm videoing this. You please get out of my personal space.
No.
Yes.
You're not gonna
Get out
interfere
of my
with what we're
personal
doing.
space. This is my property. Please
You're
get
not
out of
gonna
my-
interfere with an arrest. You can record all you want, but you're not gonna get close to it.
I'm on my property. Move out of my personal space.
I'm gonna stand right
This
here.
is my personal square. Please move.
I'm gonna stand right here.
Please move. You're in my personal space.
No.
What's your name?
Yeah, I do not need to give you that.
Yeah, you do.
For what reason?
Don't do it. You're
I know.
involved in this.
I'm involved with this, yes. But this guy threatened me and called the cops on you. And what's your badge number?
What's your name?
What's your badge number? Badge number. That says name.
3K12.
Okay.
Now, what's your name?
I'm not making any statements.
You're not making any statements?
Nope.
Okay, I have the right to identify you. You understand that, right?
Then you can search up my face and you can search up my record.
Okay.
Okay.
Their only option was to detain the kid too and threaten him with juvenile court, but the officers knew he had 0 charges.
So you were the one driving up and down the street on the motorcycle?
I was on my gas bicycle.
Okay, that's a gas-powered vehicle. You have to have a driver's license.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
Not when it's 50cc and you have a permit for it.
And once again, Jack knew his rights. After a while, the officers found out that Michael did in fact have a concealed carry permit, so he was allowed to own a gun as long as he didn't wave it around. And nobody said he did, so the cops had nothing on him.
Well, if he didn't threaten anyone with it, there's no... I don't
No,
think
it was
there's
just a
any sense of
concern for
trying
me.
to- Oh, no, absolutely. But I don't think there's any reason to try to write a warrant to get in the house.
I'm going to arrest him for failure to obey a lawful command, resisting, disorderly.
Yeah, disorders, that's good because it got her attention too.
The only thing that was left was for the cops to make up a story since there was no crime.
Obviously, this is going to turn into something. He's going to get you known. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do the sup on how the kid was being in the bag, how I checked his cuffs. Like, his cuffs were tight. He has big wrists. You
Yeah.
have to click like once or twice in. You
Yeah.
can't click him anymore. What do you do?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, you got to take him, and then what are you going to do? Resisting, disorderly,
failure to identify,
failure to...
and then I'm going to look up me having a handgun in a dispute. It might not fly, it might fly, I don't know.
We never found a gun. We got the witness statement.
Right.
But you look that up if you want. That's be my guess.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
But they didn't get away with it. Officer Rodriguez was charged with 5 violations, which included using a taser on Michael. Officer Thor was found guilty of 3 violations as well. Both of them were fired from their positions, and Michael filed a lawsuit seeking over $1 million in compensation. But what happens when the suspect is already rich? Like chart-topping rapper DaBaby, who found himself on the wrong side of the law and was forced to use his street smarts to talk his way out.
What's your full name?
We just want to get it for you. This is just a formality. Just tell name, date of birth, and all that stuff.
Immediately, it's obvious that this isn't going to be an easy one for the detectives. Kirk starts off by refusing to answer any of the officer's questions, even just regarding his own name. He's already been read his Miranda rights, informing him that he has the right to remain silent, so it seems as though he's choosing to do just that. Interestingly, however, he is choosing to waive his right to a lawyer, and let's be honest here, it's not because he can't afford it. The best course of action if you're ever put in this scenario is to stay silent and ask for a lawyer. But this time, Kirk is confident that he'll be able to wriggle out of this himself, as long as he chooses his words carefully.
An incident occurred at the hotel, 1500 Southwest First Avenue, that you were there for, correct?
What incident?
An incident. You had an altercation with somebody?
No.
You didn't. Did you have a business dealing with somebody?
No.
You didn't?
No.
So somebody didn't bring you $20,000 in front of the hotel in your SUV?
No. Somebody bring $20,000 that wasn't theirs and lied to them and told them that it was for an event of theirs on the 31st. And lied to them. That person Once he realized they were doing bad business, he said nah and left for his $20,000.
Okay, so you didn't count.
And got my contact information to do business the right way. That's what happened.
Around what time was this, sir?
I don't know. Whatever time they told us. Whatever time the camera showed me not robbing no damn body that time.
Kirk is claiming that he had nothing to do with anything that happened outside. His story is somewhat unclear, but he's essentially saying that his manager was talking with an event promoter about playing at a nightclub called Cafe Iguana Pines. But it turns out the money that they were offering was stolen, and the promoter was acting strange during the deal. So instead of taking it and going through with it anyway, he told them to get their act together and left without an argument. This, of course, does not explain the altercation outside that was clearly caught on camera, but with the footage unclear and no witnesses nearby to identify the assailants, as long as Kirk sticks to his story, theoretically, things should be perfectly fine.
Common sense. You know what I made to even be down here? A promoter booked me at that hotel. I didn't pay to be at the hotel. I was paid for. You'd have let me on my room, you would have saw close to $250 million cash, legally, hard-earned money. I don't got to take nothing from nobody, bro.
Well, let me ask you this.
I will go outside here right now and throw $10,000 in the air. Like, I do not care about no money. I don't.
Was there an argument?
No, it was an argument. I didn't argue with a soul. My voice was never raised. There was never aggressive language from me. None of that.
Was there a fight?
None of that. No, I ain't seen no fight. And nothing's taken. We shouldn't be in no robbery, bro. So when y'all get done doing what y'all doing, y'all need to do y'all job. Y'all need to follow y'all process. And y'all need to arrest whoever gave y'all these false allegations, bro. This is bullshit.
While it may just look like Kirk is flexing his rapper money here, this is actually a very good point for him to bring up in this situation. If he's doing random $30,000 deals on a weekday and paying for hundreds of thousands of people per month, what does he need $80 and an iPhone for? The further he can place himself from this event, both literally and figuratively, the better. From Kirk's point of view, he was nowhere near that crime. He had no reason to commit that crime, and he has sound and reasonable explanation for his whereabouts at the time. However, from the detective's side, a crime was committed, and Kirk's vehicle was right there as it happened. So they need to try and extract the information needed to piece his day together to come up with a story that Kirk cannot argue with. That forces him into a confession.
When I encountered you in the hotel, you came back to the concierge, the counter. Yeah. Where were you coming from at that point?
Prime, whatever the hell. I went to eat. I went to get some food.
Where is that?
I don't remember.
You don't know?
No.
How'd you get there?
In the car.
What kind of car? Was it a car you drove? Somebody else drove?
An Uber.
An Uber?
Yeah.
What kind of car was it? Small car, SUV, truck, what?
I don't know. Let's talk about what matters.
That's why we're here.
Let's talk about what y'all need to get me about this stuff. When I'm driving in the car, what I went to go eat, what time I went, that don't got nothing to do with the fact I ain't robbed a damn soul. Me, nobody around me, ain't nobody robbing nobody.
Let's take the word robbery out of the picture.
So while we here, we taking the word robbery out of the picture. Y'all are robbery detectives. This is robbery unit. That's the second word he said. That's the second word he said when he came in here. Robbery. Come on, bro.
Okay, listen.
He told me he asked to question me about a robbery when I walked in my hotel. Robbery? I had every answer to the question you needed right there. Whoa, that ain't it. That's false. Okay. Throw that out the window. We talking about robbery, bro. It's nothing for me to talk about. I didn't rob.
So do you think that we just woke up this morning and decided to just...
I think y'all got a phone call from somebody that's already a liar. I know they're a liar. Got a phone call from somebody that's a liar and y'all bought it. Y'all believed it. Y'all got me in here and y'all put me in handcuffs. Brought me outside the hotel in handcuffs, cameras and shit all on me. Come on, bro. This shit is bad for what I got going on. And I ain't even do shit to that, man.
Even without a lawyer present, Kirk knows exactly what to do. He currently has the upper hand in this interrogation and needs to keep it that way. The cops are searching for anything that puts Kirk at the scene of the crime, but by redirecting the conversation away from that, back to what he thinks is actually important, there's no realistic way that they'll be able to get what they need. But even though he's winning, it's still worth noting how strange it is that he's not asking for a lawyer. Kirk obviously knows exactly what to do in an interrogation and has clearly spent time learning what to do. If that's true, he should also know that there's next to no scenarios where lawyering up will harm his case. But whether it's an ego thing or just a lapse in his thinking, Kirk is definitely still winning this interrogation. But he's about to start absolutely dominating.
We talking about criminals. When I do business, it's legally binding. It's legally binding. Everything I do, you have to sign a contract. You got to sign a contract.
Okay,
it's
so
a contract right now.
The whole incident happened and nothing went wrong. Nothing happened. There was no.
Not to my knowledge.
There was no fight. There was no scuffle. There was no.
I ain't fighting nobody. But y'all know it's too much. Y'all know too many lies. You get what I'm saying? That's why y'all got to move backwards like that, bro. Like
you're saying that they're lies, but you don't know what we have or don't have.
Okay.
That's
I know if y'all had proof of me robbing somebody, we wouldn't even be talking. Y'all would have cuffed me. I would be charged with it. That's what I know, bro. That's what I know.
Now, while this isn't necessarily true in every case, it is absolutely true here. If you're in an interrogation room and the cops are trying to find out details of the case and accusing you of a crime instead of charging you immediately, it very likely means that they're missing the details needed to charge you. In the vast majority of cases, an interrogation is only done to extract a confession when they don't have enough evidence to easily convict you otherwise. There are a few other niche scenarios, such as trying to figure out why you committed a crime, but it's often very easy to distinguish why exactly you're there based on what you know about the event and what questions they're asking. If the cops know that you're guilty and have irrefutable evidence, cooperation has a lot of merit. But if they can't prove you did what they say you did, stay silent and ask for a lawyer, especially if you're innocent.
I ain't know your side of the story.
My side of the story, I ain't done that. I don't have a side of the story because I ain't done nothing to nobody. Bro.
So that's what I was
and before something could be done to me, right? And before something could be done to me, I realized I was dealing with bad business, and I removed myself from it. What?
Why you say it was bad business?
I already told y'all that. You want to rewind this? You want to rewind it, bro? I already told y'all, bro. My story not gonna come out different no matter how many times I say it, bro. It's not, bro. It's right here. So you press stop and rewind and play, you're going to hear. That's why I said it was bad business, bro. Come on, bro. There's nothing blowing my phone up all day, all night. He needed my help for his event. He already was in deep water because he's already doing, and I see why, he's already doing bad business. You see what I'm saying? He has an event that wasn't going to go as planned. He needed me to make up for that. He needed me to cover his ass, so he brought in another person, lied to him, swindled him. He thinking he coming to book me for a whole different event, and they tricking him, got him paying me to come do a walk through the night. Come on, bro. These niggas full of shit. And matter of fact, check them cameras. Y'all got crime scene investigation unit out there, check the cameras. See him meet up with somebody else in the lobby. Ask him, hey, who's that? Ask him. Follow up on what I'm telling y'all.
That's what we're trying to do.
At the end of the day, I would expect people to act on common sense anyway.
The cops have realized that they're definitely not getting anything out of him for now. He's told his side of the story and made it clear that it won't be changing, no matter what they say. So, as is the protocol here, the detectives decide to leave the room and spend some time outside trying to come up with their next move. This is also often done as it gives the suspect time alone in the room to sit and build up anxiety. In many cases, it can actually be the difference between breaking through a suspect or not. But in this case, Kirk literally just shut his eyes and went to sleep. This dude really does not care. However, it seems as though the detectives couldn't come up with their next step and decided that nothing was going to make this guy budge. The next time a detective returned, it was regarding the security of Kirk's belongings that had been left in his hotel room. Even though he hasn't been convicted yet, he was still the prime suspect of this investigation, so he'd be spending some time in jail while they figured out what to do and gathered all the evidence they could. So they just had to figure out what to do with his stuff while he was locked up. But obviously, Kirk refused to let them touch his stuff and just let the hotel deal with it. Kirk was facing a possible sentence of up to 15 years in prison plus a $10,000 fine, plus any charges they could slap him with for the battery. That's only if they could gather enough evidence, though. Evidence they absolutely were not getting from Kirk, or the blocked security footage that was the only evidence the crime even took place. So just after 48 hours in jail, DeBaby was released and sent on his way. Just 2 months later, all charges were dropped and he remained a free man. But Jeff Pearson's story by far trumps the others, as he wasn't a famous rapper, he was just a heroin addict. Reports began flooding into the local PD when alarm bells began to sound in a local 7-Eleven, but there was no suspect to be found anywhere close. Police decided to expand the search, and that's when they heard commotion in a nearby house. Without any other leads, they stormed in, discovering Jeff inside, sitting next to a gun. And that's when Jeff was arrested and brought in to be interviewed. The next 24 hours were captured on police cameras within the interview room. But conversely to most footage similar to this, it was originally uploaded to the suspect's own YouTube channel on the 25th of September 2011. This is the first sign of what makes Jeff a cult figure and a legend within the interrogation community. Jeff was held in police custody for almost an entire day, but all of the footage from the 3 interrogation sessions held barely 15 minutes. Given that robbery and arrest took place within the state of Georgia, the usual minimum sentence would be around 10 years imprisonment, ranging up to a maximum of life without parole. But it would transpire that Jeff wouldn't end up doing a minute of this time. And instead of serving multiple decades behind bars, he spent a day being served drinks and candy while delivering a masterclass in what to do while in police custody. The following footage shows us in stunning detail what methods the cops will try on you, and how to dodge them like an absolute pro. The footage starts with Jeff handcuffed in a small windowless room dressed in prison scrubs. It's clear he's already been processed and spent some time in a cell, likely while the cops spent some time gathering the evidence and prepared to question him.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay?
Jeff immediately opens by asking if he's under arrest and on what grounds. From the first moment, it's evident that Jeff has done his research, as this is exactly what you should be doing in this situation. From here, there are 2 options. If you're not being arrested or detained, you can state that you're also not obligated to stay and answer questions, and you should be completely free to leave the interrogation. If you are being arrested, you can then immediately ask for a lawyer and stay silent until you're provided with one. These options give you the best chance of stopping the police in their tracks and allow you to create the best defense possible. What's amusing is that when you're being arrested in America, the officer is actually legally obligated to remind you of this. Take a listen to the Miranda warning that this detective reads out to Jeff.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to the lawyer for advice before we question you. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
These 3 points are incredibly important and are often overlooked by the average citizen due to the panic of being arrested in the first place. Alongside this, because of how much we hear these lines in media such as police shows and movies, most people completely glaze over it when they're being read these rights, and fail to take into account that they're actually being provided with useful information that allows you to stay safe and protected while in police custody. What this detective didn't mention, though, is that if you ask for a lawyer while under arrest, they are not allowed to continue questioning, and you have a complete, unquestionable right to refuse to answer any questions they may ask until you're provided with an attorney. The detective also ends the rights with a snide remark about Jeff's past, meant to subconsciously remind him that he is a previously convicted criminal.
Did you understand your rights? Did you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question. Do you understand what I read you? Did you comprehend what I read you?
Jeff has been explicitly told he has the right to remain silent, so that's exactly what he's deciding to do. Right here, the leading detective leans back in his chair. This was meant to show that he's unconcerned with Jeff's silence, and that he can stay there as long as necessary. But body language like this usually indicates some form of unrest. It's clear that the detective knows that this is going to be a tricky few hours for them.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
I am.
If it's dominance we're talking about, Jeff just took everything the cops had and dumped it in that garbage can.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just wanted to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Okay, fair enough.
In this first round of interrogation, Jeff exhibited exactly the correct behavior given his current circumstances. He knows the cops have nothing on him. They wouldn't be there talking to him in the first place if they did, so he stays silent. And so it's off back to his cell he goes. But 2 hours later, he's brought back to the same room for round 2.
You wanted a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone?
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a fucking junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
A can of soda is all Jeff requested before he returned to the interrogation room, but he immediately mentions the withdrawals that he's likely already starting to feel. However, methadone, the drug Jeff asked for at the start of this conversation, can be used to significantly reduce the effects of the withdrawal. It can even reduce the cravings he's also probably been experiencing for the entire time he's been in police custody.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
10 years? 15 years?
I hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't
not
have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't
act.
talk to the police, man.
Jeff is clearly through with the personal talk and wants to get back to the matter at hand. In his eyes, he's been arrested for something he didn't do and wants to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Okay. I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it
you
works.
have. I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not trying to
nothing.
get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside. There are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I say, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find
Hang on.
nothing. What's
Let
up?
me read this.
No.
before- Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it.
The irony of this cop saying he's not trying to get Jeff while he has him handcuffed in an interrogation room questioning him is very amusing. But even through all this, every part of what Jeff said here is so perfect, it almost sounds rehearsed. It's an incredible display of personal legal defense, and is even more impressive when you layer it with the fact that Jeff is almost definitely starting to experience withdrawals. I also want to highlight the point Jeff made about how cops are simply trying to force a confession out of him. One of the main techniques used in these interrogations is the Reed technique, developed by a former cop and psychologist in the 1960s after he extracted a confession from a man accused of murdering his own wife. The technique consists of 9 steps, beginning with a polite discussion about why the suspect is being accused of the crime, followed by using certain body language and actions within the interrogation as a display of guilt. The method ends with offering the suspects 2 alternative statements they can agree with, one of which is slightly more acceptable than the other, but whichever is chosen admits guilt and is counted as a confession. This method forces the suspect into a corner and is exceedingly good at extracting false confessions from innocent suspects. In fact, the original case that technique was formed around fell apart after discovering that the man in fact did not kill his wife and was tricked into giving a false confession. Absolutely next level gaslighting.
Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm a lawyer.
All right. This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed?
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an attorney. So okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke, put me back in the cell. That's my home.
We haven't interviewed you yet.
Jeff has now asked for a lawyer and is once again refusing to answer questions. But we're only halfway through this footage, and Jeff's ability to defend himself and completely destroy this cop only gets better from here.
Here's what the deal is. I have enough evidence
like what?
Of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got to, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical evidence.
Why should I tell you that?
This is where the detective starts to become desperate. He knows he's running out of time, and so has completely abandoned any elaborate techniques or methods to try and get information out of him. He's now instead moved on to essentially just threatening him with false claims of evidence that he can easily use to convict Jeff. If all of this was true, he'd likely be trying to use it to intimidate Jeff into panicking and giving up more information. But instead, he uses a flimsy rhetoric, claiming that because Jeff hasn't helped him, he won't help Jeff.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, and I give me a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick.
Now the detective is desperately trying to bargain with Jeff. If he helps the cops out, they'll put in a good word with his parole officer. But Jeff immediately realizes that means absolutely nothing. What does a gold star mean if you're stuck in prison for 20 years? This further enforces the idea that cops have absolutely nothing to convict Jeff with, and also shows that they know they're running out of time. Jeff has asked for a lawyer, yet they're still sitting there questioning him, as if that's not a blatant violation of the rights that they have read to Jeff on 3 separate occasions. They know that if they don't get anything out of him soon, their time will run out, and Jeff is watching the clock closely. For the next 4 minutes of the interrogation, Jeff continues to deny and combat anything the police say to him. They bring up the gun that he was found with, continue to try and strike a deal, and even try to scare him by taunting him with what being back in prison would be like, and without any of the drugs he's grown a dependency to. But throughout all of this, Jeff stays totally stone-faced. He knows he's almost won.
I'm done, man. Fuck this. I'm not even answering. All this shit that I just said is gonna be fucking written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is going to be in the discovery.
I'm not even going to do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. So, you halfway know the system, how things work, and you halfway don't. Am I right?
I half-ass know that the only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay.
And I got it, but now I want a Butterfinger.
But that's not going to happen for a while.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not? I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood.
Okay.
Let's go to the hospital.
For the last few hours, the police have been questioning a man who is clearly in pain, denying him access to the legal prescription drug that would help him deal with his issues, and questioning him repeatedly on a crime for which they have no evidence for. All the while, Jeff dealt with this as casually as possible, asking for sodas and chocolate bars. Jeff knew misspeaking at any point could lead him down a slippery slope, so he exerted his rights in the perfect way, and 12 hours later, it's recorded that he was released from custody and sent on his merry way. It's also reported that from here, Jeff began to turn his life around. He's off heroin and now spends his time uploading to the same YouTube channel the footage from this video was uploaded to. He makes music and even gives extra tips on how to avoid the police tricks. It's not just the interrogation room that you might have to defend yourself from corrupt cops, though. Patrol officers can be just as evil, such as Joshua Lloyd discovered while he was geocaching in Phoenix, Arizona. Geocaching is an activity where people hide physical containers known as caches in different places around the world, and others solve puzzles in order to find them. Joshua is currently searching on the side of a public road, but it seems somebody wasn't too happy about this.
Oh, hold on. We got the cops. They're gonna run my license plate. Morning, can I help you?
I don't know, can we help you? Do you live here?
No, but this is public, correct?
I'm not sure on that. Could be private property.
Could be, but if there was, I do believe there would be a sign posted somewhere, right?
Not necessarily. Is that your car?
That is my car.
Okay. Well, if it is public...
I mean, I would figure it's public. You have electric access here.
Is there anybody in the car?
No, just me. But if you want to go check, go ahead, go check.
Can I get your permission to do anything else?
No.
Do I need your permission?
You would need my permission to go inside the car.
No, but you just said if you want to go check if there's someone else in the car. Do I?
Oh, yeah, go check and you can go look in and see if...
Go ahead. Do I need you to tell me to go ahead to do it, or can I do it on my own?
Looks like this officer isn't having a good day. At the first possible moment, he decides to start an argument out of nothing. He is right that he doesn't need permission to look inside the car, but Joshua is just trying to be polite. There's no need whatsoever for the cop to make this difficult. This little rant of his seems almost born out of insecurity, and that becomes a pattern as the footage progresses.
Well, I mean, you could do it on your own. You can do a plain view search.
Okay, I thought you were under the impression you had to give me permission.
I mean, would you guys like my name? I'll give you my name. You don't have to run the plate for it because my name's not on the plate.
What's your name?
My name is Josh.
Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Josh what?
Lloyd.
Hey, Phil.
Joshua Lloyd.
Huh?
Joshua. You're not towing my car.
We may have to tow it. It's not registered to him. It's registered to a female. It's it's left on the roadway running. I'm not going to leave it here.
Oh, are you serious? Not even going to question me on who it's registered to? Would you like the insurance and registration?
No, you're not driving it. Why would I ask for that?
It seems as though this cop is trying to make everything into a bigger deal than it needs to be. Sure, it might seem odd that the car is registered to a different name next to a guy that appears to have just been staring at a wall for 30 minutes, but we know that Josh has a reasonable explanation for it, just the same as the cops would if they bothered to ask. But instead, the cop just decides that the best idea is to tow the car and call the owner, instead of just talking to the guy that's explicitly saying he can explain everything.
I'm going to try and get a hold of the owner, see if they know where the car is. Otherwise,
she'll tell you that her son-in-law has it. You're gonna let him act like that just because I'm standing over here next to a wall and you guys haven't even asked me what I'm doing. I even turned around, I gave you the thumbs up. He comes out all hard. Why? I'm not trying to catch you in anything, man. Asking a simple question.
The other cop's smirk says it all. He's well aware that his partner's behavior is unreasonable and frankly just weird, but at the same time, he can't badmouth him either.
Have you been allowed to use the car?
I live with her, yes, and I'm allowed to use the car, hence the reason why I have it.
Okay, all right, well, we're going to do some research, find out whose property that is. You got your name, your information. If it turns out that it is private property, then I'll author a report for trespassing.
I don't think it would be private
I
property
don't-
because what I was doing was a
listen to your
public
statement.
event. So
Josh,
you guys never even
Josh,
asked
listen
me.
to your statement. I don't think. That's why I'm going to find out for sure whose property.
Okay, you
belongs to.
go ahead for sure.
Again, here's the thing. I don't need your permission to check out whose property it is, but I appreciate you giving me the go-ahead.
Can I have your name and badge number, please? Your card?
8632.
8632.
You're recording it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have your name and badge number, please? All right. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
The way the second cop acts after his partner leaves is like he's brought his kid along to work, and he's telling Josh to just let him have his fun. Regardless, the first officer tells Josh that they're gonna head off and do research to make sure this isn't private property. But even if it was, it'd be incredibly hard to convict him of trespassing anyway. As you can tell from the footage, the area of land he was on is directly next to a public sidewalk, and there is no signage alluding to the fact that the grass is somehow private property. However, even if it was, because of the lack of signage, Josh would never be made aware that he shouldn't be there, meaning it's impossible to claim he knowingly entered private property, the legal definition of trespassing. But before he lets the cops go, Josh has just one more thing to say to them.
I could do some further research before you go on a property. Find out.
You know, hold on. Before you go and give me the lecture, how about this? Before you come up all hard ass on somebody, you ask them what they're doing. You could ask me simply at the very beginning, very nicely, hey, what are you doing?
Do the research and find out whose property you're on, because you may be breaking the law.
It's public property, I can tell you that.
Stating that as a fact.
I am. I'm stating it as a fact because I like fucking with you guys.
Well, now you're using more profanity.
I can use profanity. It's the First Amendment.
No, you can't.
It's the First Amendment. You cannot restrict my speech. I can use it to emphasize my sentences. One man's curse word is another man's lyric.
Josh articulates everything perfectly and, of course, is perfectly correct. Throughout this entire interaction, he provided everything the cops asked for and more, remained polite throughout most of the conversation, and most importantly, knew the law down to a T. But with all of that said, he was still treated badly by this cop who frankly had no idea what he was talking about. He's completely right to explain his free speech rights too. But to explain this further, let's take a look at the case of Tom, a teenager who managed to totally school two cops when he was pulled over by cops who also had no idea what the law was. This man was walking down the side of a road when a police officer passed him. As they drove by, the man flipped him off, breaking no laws in doing so. But the cops still got personally offended and decided to do this.
Why you giving me the finger? What? What's your problem?
What?
Why you giving me the finger?
I'm walking away.
Huh?
Am I free to go?
Why you giving me the finger?
Am I free to go?
No. Come
For
here.
what reason?
The man who we'll call Tom gets pulled over for allegedly flipping off an officer. Immediately after talking with the officer, Tom asks if he's free to go, and if he's not, why he's being detained. Predictably, the officer isn't able to give a great response to either of these completely valid questions.
What's your problem?
Am I free to go?
No.
What, do you have a problem?
No.
You have a problem?
No.
You don't have a problem, then I can leave.
Why you giving me the finger when you're walking? Huh? Come here.
I'm free to go.
No, you're
walk.
not. Get over here.
Why?
Because.
Is that a lawful order?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because you're giving me the finger.
That's legal.
No, it isn't.
Says who? What's the law?
What's your
What's
name?
the law?
What's your name? How old are you?
Conveniently, it isn't difficult to find the law on this one. Perhaps unsurprisingly, contempt of cop or police disrespect is an incredibly common catalyst for unlawful arrest. However, it's very easy to prove that swearing or gesturing at a cop in a non-threatening way is completely legal across the US. Freedom of speech is of course protected under the First Amendment right, and courts have concluded that giving the finger counts as protected speech. In fact, in 2006, a case was opened against a man in a very similar position, and the court explicitly stated that directing the middle finger at an officer is protected expression under the First Amendment, meaning that Tom is well within his rights to flip the officer off. But unfortunately, the situation begins to escalate, and even more words are exchanged.
Have a good one. You fucking pig.
Whatever.
Fuck you.
What?
You heard me.
Come here.
I'm afraid of you.
Come here. Get over here.
What?
Get over here.
I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah, you are. You just cursed me off.
That's not a crime.
Yes, it is.
Says who?
Says me. Turn around. Come on.
Bro, that is not a fucking crime.
Yes, it is. Why you cursing me?
It's not a crime.
What's your name?
It's not a crime.
What's your name?
Help! Help!
No help.
Help!
At this point, the officer turns off his body camera, which on top of being illegal, definitely isn't the best thing to do as you're handling a civilian who's screaming for help. This time, the cop cites Tom's more recent expletives as the reason for arrest, but once again, Tom is completely allowed to say what he said. The law says the only words not protected by the First Amendment are fighting words intended to incite an immediate breach of peace. Or, in short, words that directly threaten someone, or imply that the speaker is going to physically attack someone. Obviously, what Tom said falls into neither of these categories, and as backup arrives, the cop starts to realize that he might be in the wrong.
You're being detained because you're acting strange.
What? That's not legal.
It is legal. He's allowed to detain you until he performs his
So what am I doing though? What am I doing that made him detain me? What legal right?
Every time I rode by him twice, he shot me the finger. So I turned around and said, "Well, you're
Is that a crime?
problem." And then he
That's
tells
not-
me to
no, that's not a crime.
F off, pig.
Yeah, fuck off, big. That's not a crime. He's looking at you because he's like, what the fuck you want me to do? Because it's not a crime. I know my rights. I don't have to say any of that.
You do if you're being detained.
For what reason? What legal reason am I being detained for?
Where are you coming from and where are you?
What legal reason am I being detained for? I need to know that. Legally, I need to know that.
Now the officers are telling Tom that he's legally required to identify himself now that he's being detained, despite not being able to provide a reason for his detention. While this is often correct during an arrest, in New Jersey, a person being detained not suspected of committing a motor vehicle offense can refuse to give ID. But the cops are still way behind on this. Now they can't even figure out why they're detaining him.
Why are you
shooting me the finger?
Why are you?
Is that illegal?
Why are you flipping the bird? Yes, it is. It's causing a public disturbance and a public alarm if you are cursing.
So
in
a
public.
single one.
So when you are cursing in public, you are causing a public disturbance. You're being a nuisance to the public.
I'd like to see you guys prove it in court.
That's what he is doing. He's not saying you're being charged with anything. At that point, he's detaining you to make sure that there is nothing wrong.
Make sure you're okay.
Make sure that you're okay.
What reason does he need to detain me?
He thought maybe he thought you were signaling him down. I'm not sure.
You knew very well that I wasn't signaling to you, right? I wasn't signaling.
Well, you bring attention to yourself.
That's not signaling.
You're acting strange. I'm making sure you're okay.
The officers are desperately trying to make excuses now, and now seem to be claiming that this is a welfare check, and Tom's middle finger was a signal for help. Luckily, a case closed in 2013 explored this very same matter. A cop observed a man giving him the finger and pulled him over, stating he thought he was trying to get his attention and was concerned. But the court eventually ruled that, quote, "This ancient gesture of insult is not the basis for a reasonable suspicion of a traffic violation of impending criminal activity." So with this in mind, it's extremely likely that the court would decide that the cop was lying here as well, even without the body cam footage. But the best part of this entire investigation is watching the officer's face as he tries to escape the hole he's dug for himself.
Cursing and using vulgar gestures is causing a public disturbance.
What's the First Amendment for?
First Amendment is for your freedom of speech. Okay. What does that have to do with
Was I
using
making a call to action? Was I making a call to action? Was I like
when you were
threatening
acting,
you in any way? Did I threaten you?
Do you understand?
You know what a call to action is?
Do you understand that you're acting?
Is that a call to action? Am I calling for an action to be done against you?
Do
No.
you understand that it is? Listen.
That's not legal.
It's behavior that's out of the ordinary.
When was it?
So what were you doing?
Well, I want to know from your perspective. What was I
pulled up onto the scene, so you tell me what you were doing.
To bring you attention.
I plead the fifth. You fucking idiot.
What has now turned into an argument lasts for a few more minutes before Tom finally gives in and hands his ID over and is told he's free to leave. Remember, he was not legally required to identify himself, but that was the only thing that got the officers to let him go. Tom also informed the officers that he intended to pursue legal action, but very little information about this is publicly available, or the fates of these horrifyingly corrupt officers. Both of these cases have featured people who knew the law perfectly and managed to defend their own rights from corrupt officers. But let's flip the perspective quickly and look at criminals who were so smart, they managed to escape the cops with crafty techniques and street smarts. One such case is that of Quantrell Schwarzlow, who managed to outsmart cops by escaping custody in just seconds. Quantrell was brought in for strangling a girl and assaulting her, a crime he clearly didn't want to be convicted of.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately for Quantrell, his handcuffs were a dead giveaway, and he was captured 4 hours later. Of course, this isn't the only example of suspects escaping police custody. In fact, Richard McNair's escape plan was so smart, he managed to stay out of jail for 18 months, but not without an extremely close call. Richard was originally arrested for the shooting of 2 men after he was caught robbing a house in North Dakota. One was badly injured, and the other died at the scene. Richard was given 3 life sentences for this, but he had absolutely no intention of sticking around for any of this. In 2006, he managed to escape from the prison by burying himself in a pile of mail and being carried straight out the door. But just hours later, he was stopped by police while jogging away from the prison.
You live around here, buddy? No. Where you live at?
Down the road by Pineville.
Pineville?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Do you have any form of identification on you?
No, man.
What's your name?
Robert Jones.
Richard appears calm, cool, and collected while talking to the cop, and gives the innocent alias of Robert Jones, stating that he's just out jogging around where he's stationed for work.
That's not the problem right now. What's your address?
I don't have an address. I'm at the hotel. We're working on houses and stuff like that, the roofing.
What is? We got an escapee.
Oh, shit. Where from?
Prison.
There's a prison here?
Richard must think that the jig is up, but he manages to stay calm and play it cool. He gives a simple, neutral response and keeps his stance on the loose to avoid looking uneasy. The cop then radios in for a detailed description of the fugitive and attempts to match it up to Richard.
How old is your guy? You're how old?
50. I was born in 56.
You was born in 56. 58. What color you got?
Green. Well, kind of a turquoise blue.
Turquoise blue.
Most people in this situation would be getting restless and giving short, closed-off responses because of nerves. But Richard somehow manages to give full answers to everything and even jokes with the officer. He's slowly trying to convince him that he's just a normal guy and that he's absolutely not hiding anything.
You know the bad thing about it?
What's that?
You'll match it up to him.
Well, that sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even know the address. We just got into town about a week ago, and he dropped me off to jog. I always jog about 12 miles a day.
Where'd he drop you off at?
Up there on that road by, there's some construction going on up there, some houses. And he dropped me off. He'll be back to the hotel in about probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Where are you from?
We're originally Dallas, Texas.
What's your name again?
Jimmy Jones.
This should have been it for Richard. He gives a completely different name to his original alias, but the cop somehow completely missed it and carries on regardless.
Put yourself in my position. Where's y'all's motel at?
Okay, Walmart's right there. Go right at Walmart, and there's a road, 165, that goes south. Little old tiny hotel. I mean, it's clean, but it's family owned.
Little old tiny hotel.
Yeah, you know, like a motel deal. You park up there. I promise you, I'm not no damn Chris and escapee.
You'd have done run by now. You know that yourself. Did you see anybody or anything?
There's some kids up there playing. I'm sorry to have to hold you up, but...
Hey, no, I'm just doing my job, man.
I know you are. Can you write down your phone number, your cell phone number, so I can have whoever call you?
Just call 911 is all you got to do, and they'll get a hold of us.
All right.
That's our quick line there.
You have a good day now.
Be careful, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
This was the last time Richard McNair was seen for 18 months. During his time on the run, he traveled using stolen cars and supplies from Louisiana all the way up to Canada, where apparently he almost bought a property and attempted to settle down. In October of 2007, Richard was finally caught and apprehended in New Brunswick after he was identified driving a stolen vehicle miles from where it was last reported. Despite quite literally being a murderer, Richard did play this incredibly well and simply outsmarted the cop and all the others on his tail for a year and a half. This cop must have been humiliated, but not as much as the unfortunate officer who had a run-in with Joel Delgado, who had his escape planned for days before it actually took place. Joel had been arrested on a myriad of charges, including trafficking and shooting his girlfriend, and was looking to go away for a long time. But after his most recent arrest, he told police that he'd been badly injured, so was taken to court in a wheelchair. This is why police were extremely shocked when this happened.
I'm gonna catch you, baby. I'm gonna shoot your.
For someone confined to a wheelchair, Joel sure can run, as just seconds after escaping, he completely disappeared.
Nah, which way you go?
Went straight through the alley and cut that way.
What's your phone? My damn radio came.
Hold on. Damn, if I try to come behind you and get him.
I don't know where he went. Hey, Hook. The wheelchair dude got up and ran. Yeah. I couldn't catch his ass. And my radio was in the mother. I had my camera on though. The wheelchair dude. I couldn't catch him. Hell. Tim's had pulled off. Yeah. I can't even remember his name. He on the run. All right. Hey, he took off, man. The wheelchair dude ran. He had a neck brace on and all that shit.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Didn't need that wheelchair very much, did he?
Hell no.
Unfortunately for Joel, his freedom was short-lived, as just a few hours later, he was caught and arrested once more, gaining nothing other than a count of felony escape to add to the list. It could be argued these last few cops had a simple lapse in judgment or simply got beaten in the moment. But Mac Proctor proved that this cop had no idea what he was doing in the first place, all by knowing the law and standing his ground. Mac was parked in a private parking lot waiting for a takeout order while on his shift as a delivery driver. While his vehicle wasn't in a designated parking spot, it wasn't blocking the flow of traffic, and he'd only left it there unattended while picking up his food. Upon returning to his vehicle, Mac was approached by a police officer stating he was violating parking rules.
All right, Mr. Proctor. That is your last name. Everything okay?
Do I need to answer any of your questions?
You don't have to answer anything, dude.
Okay.
You don't have to. Lucky you stand here all day. I get paid either way.
Can you go ahead and finish your job so I can carry on?
What's it with the anger, dude?
I'm not angry.
You're not angry? You always talk to everybody like that?
I'm not angry.
Oh, okay.
I just want you to go ahead and wrap things up, please.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Mac has every right to stay silent in the face of the officer's questions, especially ones that don't at all pertain to criminal proceedings. At no point did he raise his tone or say anything out of line, yet the officer asks why he's being so angry. Many people think that some police officers are used to consistently being in command and control on these interactions, and it's possible the same is true with this officer. When Mac exercised his rights and just asked for things to be moved along, this cop was surprised and took it as a combative statement.
All right, well, you know, I'll give you a break on it, but you know what I'm saying? This isn't a parking spot, okay, dude?
You're not giving me a break. You're harassing me at this point. I'd like to leave. May I leave now, please?
Well, do you understand?
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
All right. So do you understand why I stopped you?
Do I need to answer any more of your questions?
You don't have to.
Okay.
The officer informs Mac that he is being detained for parking here. To issue a citation for parking violation, you must be breaking either local, state, or federal law. Something like parking in a handicap spot without proper documentation.
Hey, Mr. Proctor, can I just give you your stuff so you can leave?
Can you?
I can, but you're the one. I would have let you go a long time ago.
What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can leave?
I'll give it to you right now. I just want to know that, you know, that you're okay, because usually I don't get people all this.
What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can be on my way?
You're okay.
I don't need to answer any of your questions.
Hey, there we go again. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to say that...
You're trying to display your power to me right now.
I'm concerned about it. Is there a problem to be concerned about another human being?
You have no reason to be concerned about me.
So it's okay then. You're okay then.
You can hand me my documents and I can be on my way, or we can.
Okay. You're not gonna. Okay, here. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take a chance on you. All right, here, Mr. Proctor. You're right. Everything's cool. All right. We're blocking traffic here. Your stuff.
Mac was allowed to leave without further incident, but this interaction raises questions about why he was met with further difficulties after doing nothing other than exercising his Fifth Amendment right. In fact, it's strange that the entire interaction even happened in the first place. If the officer had observed Mac's vehicle obstructing traffic, the incident could have been avoided by simply asking him to move his vehicle out of the way and let him go about his day from there. Instead, the officer detained Mac, preventing him from moving his vehicle and keeping it in the very place that's allegedly impeding traffic flow. The cop later found out that Mac wasn't even a federal agent or officer himself, and simply managed to prove just how valuable it is to know the law. Knowing the law and acting smart around the cops can save you a multitude of charges and punishments, but what happens when the suspect just thinks they're a genius and gets quickly put in their place?
I wasn't in the car when I went to the Starbucks.
Did you lie to me? I didn't get you on that one? I feel like I got you on that one.
That's exactly what happened to David Wright on the 17th of February 2019, when he and his friend Christopher headed to a drug deal at 3:40 a.m. But this was no ordinary drug deal. It was actually a setup for a robbery on both sides. David demanded his buyers hand over their belongings, to which they responded by pepper spraying Chris and running. Seconds later, David drew a revolver from his waist and fired a single shot into Raul Quadros' chest, killing him instantly. David and Chris fled the scene and buried the revolver in a field, and went about their nights confident there was no way they could be caught. But unfortunately, they were almost immediately identified through multiple cameras around the area everything went down in. David was brought in 2 days later, but still believed the cops would never find him guilty, and that his extraordinary intellect would carry him through the case. How wrong he was.
So, like I said, I mean, it's already been in the media. 4 people have been arrested. It's not like we don't know what happened to some extent, you know, but there's always more that we don't know from every single party, right? Everybody has a little piece of the puzzle. We don't necessarily get the truth from everybody. So I would like to hear from you what happened.
Well, I have no clue. I'm just now hearing about this. So,
I mean, the whole, I don't know what you're talking about, is kind of out the door at this point. I got several people who have already identified you. You're identified on video. So it's not a question of that you were there. It's more a question of what led up to this, because I don't think this is what was actually supposed to happen, right? So you're just going to play that you have no idea what happened because you weren't there.
I was not, no.
Not only was David identified by multiple people through CCTV footage, but he also had no alibi, and Facebook messages were recovered discussing details of the alleged drug deal. David was there at the time of the murder. The detective is just trying to uncover the details of exactly what happened and why. But David is having none of it and has a plan to outplay the detectives.
It's not helpful to you, really, to just be quiet and not say anything. Because what I have are people who are looking out for themselves because they don't want to catch charge. So they're going to dime you off. They're not looking out for you.
So you believe somebody that's going to tell you that somebody else did something to save their own ass?
Well, with all the additional evidence, yes.
I've been out of jail for all of a week and a half. I've spent almost every minute of it with my girlfriend. As for, did I plan to kill anybody? Did I kill anybody? No, I didn't.
So when I look at the GPS on your phone, it's not going to tell me that, it's going to tell me that you were with your girlfriend the whole time, that you never were over at Jack in the Box.
It should.
And the only reason you might tell me that is because maybe you didn't take your phone.
Or maybe somebody else had my phone. It's been known to happen. Quite often, actually. My phone has been, I left it in one person's car, and it took me a day and a half to get it back.
When was that?
That was earlier in the week, and then I let somebody use my phone. They were supposed to just go to 7-Eleven to go meet somebody that was selling something to an offer up. And they had apparently 7 or 8 things that they had to do between then and when they got back to the house.
So what day was that?
I don't remember.
And who was that?
That was a guy that goes by Memphis. It's a nickname. I think his first name's Joe. Black guy.
David's only current alibi and defense is that maybe somebody else had his phone and was at the drug deal instead. He also backs up his story by saying he doesn't remember exactly which day everything occurred on, something that can't directly be proven or disproven. However, for this to be true, that person with his phone would also have to dress exactly the same as David, have access to his Facebook account, and according to his own description of the perp, change the color of his skin. It's not looking too likely.
You know why you're here and what's going on. I mean, at this point, you're literally the last person we've talked to. And the only person that has an allegiance to you is Chris. I mean, obviously, people are not going to be shy about telling us who was there and who did what. And plus, we have video. There's video at the Chevron. There's video at the Shell. You know that we have all your co-suspects under arrest. All I want from you is a reason. I understand what happened. I just need to know why.
The only person I know you have under arrest is Chris.
Okay. We have Cody under arrest, and we have Tannehill, what's his name, Ray?
Ray.
He's in custody as well. We have his car, the car that was used, the car that was at Chevron in our impound. They are all under arrest. Chris is under arrest because we viewed messages on the phones that organized picking you up. Those same messages from you to Cody. We have them on their phone. We've already viewed them. We have the Facebook communications between Chris and Brianna setting up the deal that happened where you guys showed up at the Chevron and walked down. This is how this plays out. Your girlfriend's going to be dumb enough to provide you an alibi on a murder charge. And then she's going to get roped up in a murder as an accessory. If you care about that person, you have just set her up for failure. And if you want your girlfriend jammed up because you just set her up for it, then that's your choice.
You can't threaten me with jamming her up.
It's not a threat, man. I'm just telling you how it plays out. Like, I'm going to go talk to her, and she's going to be dumb enough to lie for you when I got video evidence that you weren't with her. Like, dude, I get it. Like, you had a quick come up, right? I get it. I don't think you were a stone cold killer. I don't. Like, if you accidentally shot the dude because you flinched or you got scared because of something he did, now is the time. If you come up with that stuff later, nobody is going to believe a word you say.
How the f would somebody accidentally shoot somebody?
Because if your finger's on the trigger, it's called a sympathetic reflex. It happens to police officers all the time.
I think that's a term that's been come up with just to cover their asses for shooting people.
Well, you can try to make it about that. I'm talking about you.
I wouldn't know. Never shot anybody.
There is a lot of merit for staying silent in an interrogation like this. In fact, in most cases, it's usually the best course of action, coupled with asking for a lawyer as soon as possible. But here, David is trying to outright deny any association with the case, even though he's been directly linked to it through multiple sources. All he's doing now is making it worse on himself and those around him. But his ego is telling him otherwise.
Where do I go from here? And you're the police officer, reverse roles. You're the cop. You're sitting over here trying to figure out if this dude has any remorse for what he did or if he's just worried about getting in trouble. How would you proceed?
I'm not worried about getting in trouble. I didn't do shit.
I'll just be upfront with you. We got Cody's phone. The one that shows your phone number and your address and the communications between you two. Like, I have it. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just laying it out for you because that's what
I met up with somebody doesn't mean that I went with them to go do something.
This seemingly plain statement actually carries more weight to it than you might realize. The detective presented David with a piece of concrete evidence that he's saying puts him dead to rights, to which he responds by confirming he had indeed met with Cody, but it went no further than that. Again, it seems like nothing. But now that detectives know this tactic works on David, they can attempt to use the wealth of other evidence they have to slowly extract a full confession from him.
Okay. So, when did you meet up with Cody then?
1, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
On what day?
Maybe Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. Where did you meet up?
Over by my house.
Okay. And who was with him?
That I don't know.
Was he alone?
When I met up with him, yes.
So why did you meet up with the dude that you didn't know?
Because my friend Chris had asked me to.
Okay. And so what happened after that?
Well, he had tried to proposition me for a handgun.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I didn't have one.
Okay.
So.
Did he say why?
No.
So you guys meet up, you have this conversation, then what happens?
He leaves.
And how did he leave?
Well, I walked back to my house, and he walked back to whatever vehicle he was in.
Okay. Why did you leave that out when we first started talking? You think that might be important that the guy under arrest for murder came to your house looking for a gun?
Well, if I had given him a gun, then I think that would be important.
Well, it shows his intent. I mean, of course it's relevant to the case, right?
People buy guns for all sorts of reasons, man.
Yeah, but in this instance, there was a murder. So they went on their way, just the Cody dude, and did you actually talk to the other guy in the car? How does he know who you are then?
Maybe my name was mentioned when they were coming to meet me.
But he didn't see you.
Unless he seen me when he was parked.
But you didn't see the car.
I didn't look for the car. Unless I'm coming to meet somebody at their vehicle, I don't ask what vehicle they're in.
Well, that's not. And again, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to insult you, but that's not very smart. You're meeting somebody to sell guns, and you're not going to watch around you to see where they come and go?
He was referred to me by somebody that I trust.
Okay. I would still be on my 6.
So you clearly have a genuine distrust of the police. Is that fair to say?
I distrust almost everybody.
Being honest with you about the information that we have, trying to give you an opportunity. And I mean, you've already said flat out you don't believe that he has that information. But, I mean, with everything he's told you, you have to know that what he's telling you is true.
Well, whatever you have, you've got from people that may not necessarily be giving you information for the best of reasons. So
take the people out of this. Take them out. Who cares about the people? We've got other stuff. Communications and all those types of things. The video. So it's not just that people are telling us this. We're not relying 100% on people. If we did that, we'd be stupid, right? I like to think I'm not that dumb. You take a totality of everything that we have. We know you're involved. And for you to sit here and just say that you don't have anything to do with it doesn't make any sense.
I think that you guys have me confused with somebody else.
This interview has now been going on for over 40 minutes, and almost no progress has been made. Forcing him into a corner with evidence doesn't seem to be working, and neither does running through the events of the night, or even explaining why what he's doing is a bad idea for him. So instead, the detectives almost completely switch up and begin to threaten him with the consequences of his actions on his own friends.
Dude, you're not this guy. You know you're not this guy. If you were, this conversation would be different.
Yeah, I'm obviously not this guy.
I meant the dick that is letting everybody else go down for him. I meant that type of guy. That's not you. You have a reputation as being a stand-up dude.
I think that whatever those guys did, if it leads to you believing that they were accomplices and accessories and everything like that,
yeah,
would be their own fault if they fucking hang for it.
Really? Even though hypothetically you're the person who pulled the trigger? So even though somebody else pulls the trigger, you're good with those guys going down. Your homie Chris, you're good with him going down. And I get it, you don't have any allegiance to these other two dudes. I understand that. But you're good with Chris going down. Getting 20 years off of what you did. You're good with that?
If you guys have him orchestrating and setting up something like that, then that's an awful.
It's his own fault that you shot somebody. It's his own fault that you didn't do things the right way. That's his fault.
I ain't shoot nobody. He should put himself around better people.
Okay. You know he's going to read this, right? I mean, he's going to have disclosure.
It's fine. I'd much rather not see my friend get in trouble, but if by you saying that you guys want me to tell you that I did something that I didn't do.
Fair enough. I don't want you to tell me that you did something you didn't do. That's not what I want. I want you to admit to what you did do. Because it's not even a question that you did it.
If it wasn't a question, you wouldn't be sitting here trying to get me to admit to something I didn't do.
I would, because it's the right thing to do. You may not trust the police, but I don't want to jam up all these other dudes on a murder one charge for something you did, because it's not right in my mind that other people go down for something that serious off of what somebody else did. So I do care about that. That's why I'm talking to you.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy.
You don't care about those dudes?
I'm not saying I don't care about them. I'm saying that you're talking to the wrong guy because I didn't do shit. And I think that
That's not what innocent people say.
innocent people that actually give a
Yeah, no. You know how many people I've had in that chair, man? Thousands. I don't. You don't give a. You don't give a. That's you. Like, enjoy your time. I don't care. Then I don't have any hard feelings for you. I'm just gonna move on to my next case. I just want you to know this isn't about you. This isn't personal. Like, you can say you don't care, but I actually think you do. I think you're being.
So, with that said, so you agree that there's nothing more to say, right?
If you don't want to talk to me, there isn't.
Well, I don't want to talk to somebody that's going to keep on calling me a liar.
I have yet to call you a liar.
You've made the implication that I'm lying to you.
Because you are. But there's a difference between calling someone a liar and then pointing out inaccuracies in their story. There's a big difference. One is disrespectful. The other is not. Have I been disrespectful to you? Have I been disrespectful to you? Have I insulted you or come at you hard or done anything other than
You called me a liar. Yes, you did.
You were lying.
I'm not lying.
Do you not freely admit that you lied to me in this interview?
Where did I lie to you?
About meeting up with Cody? About being home, not going out at all, and then now you periodically are going out? Would you not concede that both of those things were lies?
I don't go farther than a couple blocks from my house on foot to meet somebody very quickly and come back.
Okay. That's not what you told me.
That's
You
pretty
don't
much
leave
being
your
home.
house? I don't leave my house. I was home all weekend with my girlfriend. It's on tape, man. There ain't no secret. Like,
Dude, I've got to walk my dog. Of course I leave the house periodic.
Okay.
But as for did I go anywhere?
So you were never at Casino in Evergreen, anywhere near there within 3 or 4 blocks Saturday night. I just want to make sure that we have this down.
Let's see.
Sunday morning.
How far is the Starbucks on Evergreen?
Which Starbucks?
The one on 75th.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that.
Okay, yeah, then no, I wasn't.
Okay. So you're at the Starbucks on 75th?
Earlier in the evening, yeah, like 8 or 9 o'clock, something like that.
Well, that's not home. Did you lie to me? I don't even get a smile out of that one? I didn't get you on that one? I feel like I got you on that one.
Blatantly caught in a lie, it might not seem like it yet, but David is starting to get uncomfortable. If it's not been obvious throughout the whole video, the only thing he cares about is his own ego. So now that that's been damaged, he's immediately on the back foot, and it's up to the detective to keep pushing and try to get him to move just that little bit further.
Were you with somebody?
Yeah.
Who?
Another woman.
Who was that?
I'm not gonna tell you that because she'd be very upset.
Yeah, but it's a homicide. It can help prove that you weren't involved.
How?
Because if you're with her, right, that gets my timeline tighter. So you were with her from 8 to when?
Not very long.
So you don't
Half hour at most.
So you don't want to tell me who that is?
I really don't.
Okay. Were you in a car? You're on foot?
I rode my bicycle.
To 75th? Then how'd you get home?
I got a ride from her with my bicycle in the back of her SUV.
So there was a car. Did I get you there? I feel like I got you there too. Yeah,
Saturday
I appreciate it. I'm just
Sunday
looking for
morning.
honesty, man. I mean, at this point, I feel comfortable that you have lied to me several times. I'm looking for honesty so that I can rule you out.
If you asked where I was Saturday night, Sunday morning.
I did.
Yeah. So, Sunday morning, late Saturday night,
Yeah.
doesn't cover 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, okay. So then let's rewind. So Saturday morning to 8 o'clock, where were you?
Most of the time, at home.
Can you just lay it out for me? Why do I gotta pull it out of you? I'm asking where you were, man, so I can rule you out.
For the first time in an hour he's been sat in the interrogation room, David moves his hand from his lap and adjusts his cap. His hands have also been moving around very slightly and he's been stuttering over his words. his ego has been properly bruised, and he's starting to get very uncomfortable. If provoked, narcissists such as David are likely to suddenly snap in an instinctive effort to prove that they are smart and in control, but often give up all the information the cops need to catch them dead to rights. So the detective keeps up his no-nonsense direct questions to try and get him to crack.
The only places that I go, usually, I go to 7-Eleven.
Okay.
The little Asian market if, we need tubes and tobacco for rolling cigarettes, but that's not very often.
Okay.
Walgreens.
Yeah. But Saturday, did you go to those places? I don't need to know where you generally go. I need to know where you went Saturday.
I probably went to 7-Eleven at some point.
Any idea what time?
I go when I need something or want something.
I understand, but that's why I'm asking. Like, any time? Do you remember wanting or needing something on Saturday?
No, I don't, because I don't feel like I need to track every one of my movements and shit like that, because I don't need to have a Loctite schedule of what I'm doing and where I'm going. As long as I'm at DOC on Thursdays between 1 and 3, and I make my appointments with Ideal Options, then it doesn't seem like a big deal to me where I go.
Okay, unless you're being charged with murder, and it kind of is a big deal, right?
Yeah, but if I don't pay attention to and keep track of these things, how the fuck am I going to tell you where I was without lying to you then? Because I don't know exactly when I was there.
Well, you could at least try.
Yeah, I would try. If it can rule you out as a suspect in a homicide, I would try.
Yeah, well, where I was Saturday during the day has no bearing on where I was Saturday night, Sunday morning.
It does. Absolutely it does. Because I can show you wearing different clothes. Or I can show you wearing the same clothes. Right? That's pretty important. Do you agree? I can show that you were with somebody else and not with these people.
People change their clothes. People meet other people.
Oh, no question. But if I'm chipping away at that timeline, right, it can be exculpatory for you, meaning that it excludes you as a suspect.
I know, my vernacular is very good.
Sweet.
So, you don't have to explain your words to me.
But dude, you can act like you're upset about that. You're not. So let's move past it.
The fact that you're talking to me like I'm a child.
You're not. I'm not talking to you like a child.
Upsetting.
How did I talk to you like a child? Tell me when.
I think you have to explain a word that you're using to me.
Most people don't know what that word means. I apologize.
Most people are fucking idiots.
Okay, you can pretend you're getting upset about it, but you're really not.
No, what I'm getting upset about is you call me a liar.
Because you lied. You lied. And I don't actually think I called you a liar. I did say you lied, but I don't think I actually called you a liar. So I'll call it to you now so we can just move past it. You are a liar. You have lied. Do you want to tell me what happened or not?
Couldn't tell you because I don't know.
Fair enough. We'll end up close the tape out for you, right, man?
Should have done that a long time ago when I said the conversation was over.
Okay. Whatever you say, partner.
And so it seemed the conversation truly was over, as from then on, David refused to even say another word, choosing not to exercise his perfect vernacular anymore. And predictably, he didn't last long in court. Given that he made no attempt to defend himself or cooperate with detectives, he was faced with the maximum possible sentence. David was also already a convicted felon with charges of arson, burglary, vehicle theft, and 35 other misdemeanors dating all the way back to 1999. So, in October of 2020, 33-year-old David Wright was sentenced to 40 years in prison without the possibility of parole.